Hello everyone, welcome to day 233 of playing chess every day for a year. Let's find the game. I'll go ahead and play e4. We get the Caro-Kann instantly, so I'm fine playing against it. Bishop out, I can just bring my knight out. I can bring my own bishop out to try and trade it off. They do. They push. I could take. That just helps them develop. Instead, what I think I'll do is just develop this knight. If they kick my queen away, I could go ahead and play c3, but I think it's best to just develop the knight here. If they kick my queen away, I just slide over. There's no problem there. I could come in and pin the knight and attack this. Could jump in here trying to get to this square. This queen pin could be good. They can always just protect. Think should probably bring my bishop to the center here. They go ahead and take. I can take with my knight or the bishop. The knight makes much more sense. They have this move, which is quite annoying, but I just slide back. They actually win a pawn with tempo here. But now I do have this check. They jump back that way. Could go ahead and castle here. I could also take this now and try to jump in. If I take, they can go here, but then I go here. I always have my knight jumping in, which is good. I'm almost forcing them into a queen trade here, which is very good for me. I think what they have to do is go for a queen trade on c8 and give up a pawn. That's the only thing I see them doing. The queen can't really go here or here. The queen goes here, I take with check. Almost checkmate actually, if the queen goes here. And the queen can't go there because of the bishop anyway. And if I could get my other knight to this square, that would be game over. They do go for the queen trade. I think I have to go for it. I don't have any checks. I don't have any other checks here, apart from taking that queen. And my knight being here would actually give me checkmate almost. My knight being on c7, sorry. They take. They hit my knight. I can pick up the pawn and then drop back. I think that's fine. They target this. I could push. I could also drop back. I don't see a problem with pushing. It also just puts another pawn on light squares against that dark square. This move tempers the rook. So maybe they're trying to go in here. If they ever do, I just play rook b1 though. Could go here to hit the bishop. I think knight to b5 is actually a good move. It does give them a check. So I could go here instead and threaten a check. I think I will go for this. But then they play just bishop b4. Then I have a check. I think I can just go ahead and castle here to keep myself safe. They go that way to hit my knight. I can tempo their rook first. It could also go this way. I mean, this also walks into a fork. But if I go here, they can go here. Then after I take, they can take, and I lose a pawn there. That's not so good for me. Could just go back with the knight. But then that hits my rook. They go ahead and take it. I was going to say I have knight to d6 check. And the king will have to be very careful. If the king goes forward to e7, then I'll have to leave. I could just take the bishop now. Go down the exchange. And then threaten the check. They actually just go ahead and castle here. My knights have to protect each other, so knight c6 isn't possible because the rook takes, but then I have a check. And the king has to move. I could just lock this knight in, which is probably the best choice. They jump forward, protecting this square. I can't go here. They jump forward, they want to trade. I could go for this move now. I hit the rook. If the rook goes to c8, that just loses the rook. They step forward, but I thought that this gives me this move. That's probably the best square for that rook. I can give a check. I do have this, but I don't see how that could be a good move for me. Then they'd go here. I can probably maybe push here. If I push, the knight doesn't have many squares except for a6. Well, I think pushing through could be an option also, but not at the moment. Yeah, I could definitely go for this. The knight moves, there's no check now. There is this, but I just get pinned. Could think about pushing through now. This would be hanging though. I could push through like this. I guess that's a tactic that they had, because they can win a pawn here. And that's a good move for them. Yeah, that's a nice way to find a winning a pawn. If I go for the check, the king moves, and then I go back. And then they have this. To go for this, that just blunders. I think I start activating my king here. If they ever go for rook to c8, I have a fork, so they can't do that. This rook move could be good. But then again, they can always just win the pawn. They make room for their king. And by bringing my rook to this side of the board, I could have something. They bring their king over now. Yeah, now they're threatening to just win the pawn. I have rook a6 defending. I also have this move, attacking the rook and defending, which is quite nice for now. I think it's the right choice as well. They just slide up. I can't play here because they just take. I can come in and try to hit the f7 pawn. I could also push. They can force a trade, a rook trade on rook to c8 though, which they do go for. If I rook trade, I'm just losing. Yeah, now I'm just really in trouble. In big trouble here. But they can't take this for the moment, and I have this. If they push, that's very annoying, and they do. I didn't see the best square for my knight here. It's probably to just go back. Yeah, they're just trying for this. Which would be a fork. Yeah, this would just be terrible for me. Yeah, and I'm not gonna be able to stop two different pawns here. I could step forward and allow them to promote, but if I step here, they can just go check. Good game to them. Let's have a look at this game. I played at a 77.3, they played an 86.7, and they actually blundered this game. But it doesn't look like I made the most of that blunder, so let's look at this. The opening was all good. Yeah, obviously I'm supposed to take with the bishop here, because I lose a pawn. I do have a check, which is good for me. And this knight move isn't so good because I can take here and just keep adding pressure. I missed a very good move here. The move I missed was knight to b5. Oh, I moved the wrong knight. Knight c to b5 is the best move. And my threat, I guess, is just knight c7, check. Winning material, winning a full piece. If they do this, then I have the same. If the king moves here, I actually have this move. King d6, I have knight b5 mate. Wow. That's a crazy checkmate. So they actually blunder here, and I played a completely wrong move. I should have seen knight to b5 instead. Although it had to be with this knight. I played this trying to tempo their queen, and this is good, but it's not the best. I do win a pawn here. Pushing isn't good, I should have just castled. Long castled, which makes a lot of sense, defending this. Yeah, here I actually allowed them too much. By pushing b3, I weakened my knight so much, I didn't even realize. Their bishop was able to come in. I should have just held on to the knight and defended. I actually misclicked knight to b5 by accident. And that's very annoying. But I'm actually still winning even though I'm down technically 1 point of it. I did have to push her, and if they went back, I'd have different moves I could have played, so pushing b4 was actually a good move that I didn't play. This is a brilliant move just because it wins 1 pawn. It's just a tactic. The knight's hanging, but if they win the pawn, then my knight will be hanging too, so they win the pawn. And here I'm actually completely losing. Knight back was wrong, I had to just defend with my rook. Which I did see, I don't know why I didn't play that. Now they're completely winning. And this is just a completely losing endgame. There's nothing I can do here to prevent them winning. The mistake that really lost me the game was b4 loses a pawn, so it's a very bad move. I should have calculated much more here. But the mistake that I made this game was taking the knight with my bishop. There was no need, it just opens up the other rook and helps them defend themselves. And I shouldn't be trading when I'm down material. But anyway, that's it for today guys. Thank you guys for watching and I'll see you tomorrow.